This is the plaintiff, Ilana Glenn. She says she rented a trailer in the defendant's trailer park, which, as it turns out, was unsafe and dangerous. Less than 24 hours after she moved in, someone broke the window of the trailer and then ran away when she saw him. The place wasn't conducive to living a safe and peaceful existence, so she immediately moved out and wants the $970 she gave the defendant returned. This is the defendant, Nancy Sinach. She says she's owned the park for 30 years, and she can assure you it's a safe place. As far as the broken window goes, she had it investigated, and it was determined the window was broken from the inside by a rocking chair being thrown through it. Return the plaintiff's money? No way. She's accused of running a perilous park.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Ilana Glenn,
Yes, ma'am.
you are suing Nancy, how do I pronounce your last name? Sinach for $970, $550 in rent that you paid her, and $420 in move-in fee that you want returned to you because, according to you, the place was dangerous and you shouldn't have to live there. Tell me what happened.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I was looking for a place to rent, and I came across her ad on Craigslist for the place. So I went out to the trailer and viewed it from the outside. I called her, and my roommate at the time was supposed to be my roommate at the time. We called her. She came out, let us look at the inside. It looked like a pretty nice place to me, so I signed a 7-month rental agreement. Why
7 months, out of curiosity?
It's just the way my parents had it set up.
Okay.
Before I signed the rental agreement, I specifically told her I wanted a drama-free environment. I have children, so I was worried about their concern and safety. Also, I told her that my children are biracial, so I asked her if there was any racism or anything in the park. She assured me there wasn't. Well, all that was a complete lie. I had brought up that the neighbor, they had piles and piles of trash. It just smelled like somebody had died, literally somebody or animal
why would you sign the lease
died.
then?
She said it was going to be cleaned up and that she was going to speak with the person, which was never done.
I'm not understanding. I thought you moved in and the next day you moved out.
I'm sorry.
That's what your complaint says. In 24 hours you moved out.
I did move out within 24 hours.
So when you say it was never done, it was never done in those 24 hours?
24 hours with me signing. No, I'm saying after I even moved out, it was never even done. I mean, the people move on their own. What I'm trying to get you to see is that the reason why I signed the lease, because she said she was going to do A, B, and C. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do. I just have to hear it and not just hear you conclude it. I have to hear evidence of it. So what ends up happening? You move in with who? You say your roommate. Who is that person?
A roommate that I work with. He needed a place to stay at the time, so I thought I would help him out and have him move in with me. He didn't pay any money down or anything. Okay. I was just trying to be a friend.
You were moving in there with children?
Yes, I have two children. Two children, 3 years old and almost 6 months.
Okay.
And the same day of me moving in, that same night that I was there, somebody broke the window. Somebody bust the window out. I don't know what it was with or whatever, but I heard the racket. I came in the living room and saw the person running away. Now, she said that my roommate said that I wasn't there. My roommate works overnight shift. We both work at Denny's. He works overnight shift, so he wouldn't even have known if I was home or not anyways. But so I called her.
Do you work the overnight shift?
No, I work a different shift. But he was working the overnight shift when this happened. He wasn't even there.
So
period.
A glass was broken, and you came,
somebody bust the window out.
Somebody ran away.
I don't know who
Did
it
you
was.
call the police?
I can't say. No, I did not.
Okay. And so then what happened?
By
the way, you signed the lease on what day?
I signed the lease on the 15th.
And you moved in on what day?
The 16th.
On the 15th, you have been living where?
I had been living with my previous spouse.
Okay. Is he the father of the children?
One of them.
Okay. Did you break up with him?
We don't
having a problem.
We don't really get along very much, so.
Okay. So
I was trying to get away from him, basically.
And then you got away from him and move in, and I can't help but notice he's standing next to you now. Do you guys get back together?
No, we're not together. We're living separately. We're just friends because we have a child together, so.
Okay. Now, this is a trailer park that you inherited, or you're running for your parents, or what's the deal?
I run it for my parents.
And who's the gentleman who's there?
He's my fiance.
Okay. When you get married?
It's yet to
Did
be
he put a ring on your
decided.
finger?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. That's a fiance, even if you don't have a date. All right. So she moves in. She signs a lease. She moves in the next day. When's the first time you hear that there's a problem?
At 8 o'clock in the morning, Garrett, who is her roommate, called and he said, I've just gotten off of work and a window is broken. And I said, was anything stolen or is anything taken? He said, no. And I said, well, okay, well, I'll send Perry to go check it out.
Okay, come on up. And did you go check it out?
Yeah, I went over there that day to take measurements of the window so I could fix it. And when I went inside, Garrett let me inside, and they had a rocking recliner. And it was real big furniture for the mobile home. And it was right next to where the window was, and all the glass and the screen was outside of the window. I mean, it was outside in the grass.
So what do you think, just somebody sitting there went...
You could have just walked by it and bumped it, and it would just rock over, and it would knock it out.
Was there any glass on the inside?
No glass at all. So then I proceeded to repair it, and I did a couple other repairs while I was there. And then...
Where's the roommate?
Still there. He's still in the
roommate
unit.
Didn't move out.
No.
Okay.
And plus, when he called me, he never said that there was a break-in or anything like that. We just fixed it.
Did you ever talk to her?
When she called, and I asked her, I said, so you were there when it happened? And she said, yes, I was. And I said, so you saw somebody break your window? And she said, yes.
Okay.
And I said, and you called the police? And she said, no. And I was like, well, that sounds like a lie.
I'll tell you, that would be my exact line of questioning right now.
Yeah.
If you saw somebody breaking into your place and you were there with your 2 small children, why would you not call the police?
I didn't have a phone at the time, and I was scared to even talk to the people around me.
You know what I'm worried about? I gotta be real honest with you. What I'm worried about is that you sound like somebody who broke up with her boyfriend, then went back with her boyfriend and wants to get all her money back.
That's not what happened, though.
Because your roommate's still living there, and I don't know if that was your roommate. I don't know what the story was with that one.
So she says somebody broke a window, tried to break into the trailer. She was in there with her kids. She didn't call the police. You buying her what she's selling here?
No, that makes me think that there's something else going on.
And there maybe wasn't a break-in at all and she's making this up to get her money back?
Sounds like she's lying.
I mean, is there any conceivable way that somebody would have a break-in like this and not call the police?
No, I don't think so. I mean, wouldn't she fear the safety of her children, too?
I mean, especially because kids are involved. You would think she would have called the cops. Going inside the courtroom.
I paid all the money, so of course he's staying there because he's living it up, basically.
Okay.
But I have
but I want you to understand, you have to be able to prove to me that the place is uninhabitable, all right? That doesn't, break-ins happen. I don't throw out my house when if I have a break-in. You're talking about breaking up, moving in, a perfectly plausible explanation. You don't have your former witness. Do you have an affidavit from your former
No, I do
roommate?
not.
You say you're in there, you see this happen, and you're so petrified you don't call the police because you're so afraid you don't want to walk out of the trailer. All right, so in the morning you call the police? No. When you went to work at Denny's, you called the police? There's phones at Denny's. See, that's when it starts to sound like you just want your money back because you change your mind.
Well, we're not together. I
So
mean,
you
we have
say.
a child together, but
So
we're
you
not
say.
together. We
So
don't
you
live
say.
together.
So you say.
But also, I wanted to say that also on my lease, it states that there was a smoke alarm inside the house, and I have pictures to prove the smoke alarm that is the space in the wall is empty.
Do you have anything from your roommate saying it's been that way?
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Ms. Glenn, you're not going to get your money back. Everything that you're stating shows to me a change of heart on your part, which is fine. But you've thrown everything in but the kitchen sink. You forgot to mention something that you claim was so important, which is that everyone was a racist around there. You weren't even there. You weren't there 15 minutes to even find out if people are racist. You know? I don't know. I don't even know what it. I have a good nose, and I think I know what it is that is going on here. You weren't there 24 hours, according to you. That's your statement. You weren't there 24 hours, and what probably happened is that whatever the impetus was for you to move out had now erased itself. All right? I find in favor of the defendant in this case, and you get no recovery.
Thank you.
Well, the plaintiff's right here coming out with nothing on this ruling. Here, step up a little bit. What's going through your mind here after this verdict?
I think that the landlord is a big liar, and I hope that she's happy with going to sleep at night knowing that what she did when here is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Also, I do like Judge Milian or whatever, but I think that she was very unfair in this case.
It sounded like you changed your mind and made up a story. It sounded
No,
like...
I didn't change my mind and make up a story. She's just prejudging because we're here together, but people who have children still get along.
Whatever. Right down this way. All right, so come on in here. You satisfied how this verdict comes out?
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you think?
What?
Go ahead.
I love the People's Court.
Why do you think she changed her mind?
I have no idea. I think she got back together with him, but I don't know.
All right, Harvey.
You know, one of the most powerful pieces of evidence in court, especially small claims court, is common sense. And common sense tells you that if there's a break-in like that with kids, you would call the police immediately.